Today we will be making a boat in Tinkercad, so let's get logged in. So from here, hopefully you know you push sign in. And then on this login screen, remember you need to go down to sign in using social providers. We use Google. And it should load up to kind of your main screen, your dashboard. Okay, so let's get going. Remember your older projects are here. Just push Tinker this when you need to open up an older one. But for today, we're going to create a new design. So click on Create New Design. And it always gives our projects kind of a funny name. So let's rename them so we can keep them straight. Right up here, click on the title. And we're going to rename, we'll just call this one Boat since it's going to be a simple boat. And push Enter after you put in your title. Okay, and now we're ready to start working on our boat. So if you actually go into your shapes over here and click and go to Featured, I think. Featured, yes, you'll see a boat hull. So go ahead and go under Featured, click on Boat Hull and drag it onto your work plane. So we've got the bottom of our boat there on our work plane, looking pretty good. And we're gonna add kind of some fins to the back of the boat, mostly for practice. So let's take a look at those. We're gonna go back into our shapes toolbar right here, go down to Basic Shapes and click there, please. So we'll see our basic shapes. We're gonna scroll a little bit and we'll use the I don't even know how to say that. Paraboloid, maybe? Paraboloid. Let's grab that piece and drag it on. So we are going to rotate it a little bit. So try to be at an angle similar to my screen. So if you're looking at yours like this, push your home button right over here so you're looking at it from the front. And from the front, what we want is to click on this top rotating arrow. Remember we practiced those last week. Click on that, and then where it says 0, click up there and push in 90. Actually, we want it the other way. So let's do negative. So put a negative sign and then 90. Sorry. So you clicked on that top arrow and then you did negative 90. So that'll put us at 270, which is what we want. So we clicked on that top arrow, put in negative 90, and now we're going to go to this front arrow here. So I've got this one lower. Remember, try to be at the same angle, otherwise those arrows move around. So push the home, make sure you're in that regular home view. We're going to push this front arrow. We're going to do about, I think 55 will be good. So I clicked on the bottom, and then where it's 0, I put 55 and enter. Yeah, that's about good. So instead of trying to do all of that again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push duplicate. So remember up here in your toolbar, there's a duplicate button. So push that. And then when I drag it off, now I have 2. I want the other one to be facing the other way. So instead of dragging all my rotating and trying to get it just right, there's a tool up in this toolbar. So focus up here. There's a toolbar up in this toolbar called Flip. So I'm going to grab Flip here and just click it. And you'll see these arrows have changed. So now if I hover over it, it'll show me what it means by flipping. So on this one, it would rotate it to this way. It would flip it like this, or kind of the same way on this one because that's up and down. So how I want to flip it is with this side one. So I push it and it flips that way. If you did it right, you can just click off and you'll be done. Or you can push undo and try to click it till it's like this. So I'm going to click off because mine looks right. And now I'm going to kind of align these onto the back of my boat. just as two kind of propellers back there. So take a couple minutes to align yours on. You can change their shape a little if you want to. It's your boat, so you decide. Okay, well, I don't like that little gap down there. I'm going to drag mine longer. Okay, so I just rotated mine around a little bit till I thought it looked nice enough to where I like it. Remember, they don't have to be perfect, it's just practice. So we've got a little propeller on the back of our boat. And now we're going to add just a little bit of color. So click on your shape and decide what color you want. Remember, you just click on it and then you go up to the solid here and decide, what do I want? I'm going to go with blue. I'm going to do my propellers a different color just for fun. Well, maybe a light blue. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna add a couple smokestacks, like ours is a big ship. So let's scroll back over to our shapes and grab the cylinder. So drag the cylinder onto your page. I want mine a little bit smaller. So remember how to make things smaller. You just grab the little, one of the corner white boxes. You know you're right on it when it turns red. And I click and drag in. So I put mine to 15 and 15. It's not anything you have to be picky about. I just want them a little bit smaller. I'm also going to raise them up so they can sit on top of my boat. So hopefully at this point you know that black teardrop's what raises them up. So I'm going to raise mine to about 10 or 15, somewhere around there. So drag yours up nice and carefully and slowly till you're somewhere between 10 and 15. I'll stop at 12. That's good. So instead of doing that again and again, because I want 3 smokestacks, I'm going to use that duplicate button again. So once I say, yeah, that does look good, that's the size I want, that's the height I want, when everything's what I want, then I push duplicate so that I can have the exact same thing again. And I go up here and push duplicate again. And it places them for me. Mine were a little uneven. I have to change my angle to see that. But I'm rotating around, checking my angle. You can also use your keyboard to use the arrow keys, and those can move your items just a little bit if you have just small moves like this, which I like to use for my small movements. Okay, so let me change the colors of my smokestacks here. I'm going to stick with my kind of blue theme. Do a light blue. Okay, so you've got your smokestacks and you've got your propellers, which helped us with a lot of tools today. If I want to move my shape, right now, if I try to move it, just one piece, whoops, will move. So I can undo that because I didn't want to do that. But if I want to move the whole shape together, remember you need to group it. So remember, for grouping, you click off over your shapes. You highlight it by clicking off and getting that box over top of everything. And then I push my group button up here in my toolbar. And when I group it, now it moves as one shape. But you're noticing that it's all one color. And I liked my other colors better. So I'm going to go back to my solid right here where the color is and go down to multicolor. So now I have those colors that I chose at the beginning. So there's my simple boat. yeah, so hopefully take a second to get yours finished up, and I will come take a look here in just a sec.